So there's this phrase, you can't see the forest for the trees, and I don't always know what these little clever phrases mean, but my guess is that it means you can't see the big picture when there's a lot of stuff right in your face. And I'm gonna try to somehow stretch that into an analogy because I'm in the woods to this question that I got from a guy that says, many of my divorced friends had wives that cheated on them. From a woman's perspective, what warning signs should I be looking for during the dating process that would be indicative of what a woman that might do that? And so I think kind of my thoughts on this would apply to men or women. Like, it's just a posture that I think we need to take when we date, and that is basically why I talk so much about living in the light. That's why the Illumination Project is called the Illumination Project, because I think spiritually, relationally, single, married, dating, if we don't choose to have people in our life that can see what's going on, that we are open and honest with about what's going on, and I don't mean a status update somewhere, I mean close, wise people like parents or older people who just have wisdom, we're gonna get ourselves into a mess. When you're in love with someone, that's, I think, the trees. And sometimes you can't see the big picture. I don't even think I can think of a scenario where someone had something happen in their marriage, where the person was unfaithful or an addiction was uncovered, where there weren't people in their life going, I don't know about this person, are you sure? Unless they kept the relationship completely private. Why would you want to do that? When I hear people go, oh, I'm not going to introduce them to my family or my friends because it just gets so annoying when people get involved, let it be annoying. It's going to be a whole lot less annoying than going to a divorce lawyer, okay? Am I right? So my whole thing is like, we can't always see what people around us can see. But at the same token, like, if people do have hesitations, that doesn't mean you just run away at the first, oh, I don't know about that. We can use that as actually a self-preservation thing to never actually invest in anyone. I know there was a guy that I dated that was so obsessed with this idea of unfaithfulness that it became just a killer to our relationship. And when you have had that in your life, or like this guy has seen a lot of his divorced friends have women be unfaithful, then he's going to take that into his relationships, and he's going to maybe put someone into these handcuffs that they can't get out of, or that they don't even deserve to be in. So, I mean, some clear warning signs. I mean, if this person's been married 5 or 6 times, or they have a history of infidelity, yeah, that's a pretty good indication. But for the most part, all you can do, because you can't control somebody else's actions, is make the best decision, the wisest decision with the information that you have at hand. But I also think, even though you're not responsible for somebody else's behavior, you do play a role. So if you as a dude are a workaholic, or you always just are hanging out with the bros, and you're not investing in what God calls you to invest in as a marriage, and you're not loving this woman, and 10 years in, she's just very vulnerable to another man because you haven't been, loving to her, and then she's unfaithful, and then you tell everyone she cheated on you, but deep down, you didn't play the role that you were supposed to play in that marriage. When there's unfaithfulness, it doesn't excuse her behavior, but you both have a role to play. You can't control the other person, but you can only be responsible for yourself. So whether it's dating and making the wise decisions, or being in marriage and investing in it, you have a role to play. And then I really wish I could bring it back down to the forest for the trees analogy, but I can't right now. I think you get what I'm saying, though. Let people in, let light shine into that forest, and hopefully the illuminationproject.com will help you as you make your decisions, and then enjoy them.
On the next Ask Joy, the irony is as thick as Joy's pork sandwich.
I want to get a teacup baby pig. They're teacups, so they always look like they're babies. Google it. It's not pretend, it's a real thing. They're kind of trendy right now, which makes me want them less, but they're clean. They just cool down in the mud, but they're actually quite clean, and they're really good and loyal pets. And literally the teacup pigs are this big, and they're the cutest thing you've ever seen. There is, just Google teacup pigs images, about 3, and you're gonna see one in little red rain boots, and it just, every time, kills me. Having a bad day? Google teacup pig red rain boots. You don't even need to Google red rain boots, because the red rain boots will come up. It's such a popular photo. Might be my screensaver.